Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to cover together the statements released by Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli while inspecting a number of projects in Abu Radi in Bani Suef. And this is not the first time in the past few months the Premier was keen to tour the industrial zones all over Egypt and to renew the will of the state to continue boosting industry and to consider it as one of four main pillars of our economy. We are going to discuss the pillars. We are going to discuss our efforts exerted on the ground to boost our industrial sector with our dear guest via phone, Dr. Reem Essam, Professor of Economics, Cairo University. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Reem.
Good morning to you, and a pleasure to mine.
Dr. Reem, Dr. Mustafa Madbouli said that now the state is depending on industry, agriculture, IT, and tourism. And in many of his inspection tours in many industrial zones all over Egypt, he was keen to renew this will of the state to continue boosting our industrial sector. How do you see the repeated statements by the Premier and the way he is dealing with those field visits?
Indeed. Egyptian Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli industrial inspections tour reflect the government's concerned efforts to drive industrial growth, streamline investment procedures, and foster partnership with the private sector. Actually, these visits reaffirm Egypt's commitment to economic prosperity and development. Recently, the Prime Minister embarked on an inspection tour of various factories in Bani Suef governorate, including a visit to the latest factory of some esteemed company which produced 700 machines annually, with 85% of the local components. Additionally, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli concluded his several tours of the factories also in 10th of Ramadan city, emphasizing the government support for new expansions of factories. Actually, these tours demonstrate the government's dedication to promoting industrial investment and addressing barriers affecting the productivity in the industrial aspect. Also, this is aligned with the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who had previously contributed to the many tours of industrial cities and factories in Egypt. His keen to conduct a positive tour as well as to living these industries with under his agenda or vision by pushing forward work on these projects and to identify the challenges that investors may face and work to solve them out of belief in the state. The government, which considers the industrial sector as one of the pillars of the national economy, agrees to lead the government sector or the development sector during the next stage of the Egyptian state.
Yes, Dr. Reem, and you mentioned a very important point, which is the local components. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli said that there is now a study taking place to give more incentives to many of the companies, private sector companies, of course, whether it's Egyptian, Arab, or foreigners, which are going to increase the share or the ratio of local components in the coming period of time. And to give these incentives, it's going to be a way to make sure that the state is going to stand side by side with those companies and to be a win-win situation. How do you see this study, and how do you see boosting the companies by more incentives and facilitations?
Of course, as you exactly said, Prime Minister and also President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, with their vision to boost or to increase the local component up to 75% of the product is locally produced. Certainly, Egypt has actively working on industrial development to boost economic growth and create employment opportunities. These steps taken to increase the industrial take-off, the focus on enabling the industrial sector to be the engine of the growth by expanding exports and job opportunities. The goal is to make local manufacturing a priority, strengthen partnership between public and private sector, and improve the investment climate in Egypt. Also, this work aside with the policies and partnership, non-financial incentives include establishing services units for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, allocating unutilized land in industrial zone for these SMEs, and promoting formalization firms. Additionally, public entities aim to allocate at least 20% of contracts to SMEs. So all these efforts increase industrial investment, as the Egyptian government is making efforts to sustainably raise industrial investment rates, localize industry, grow local supply chains, and foster deeper interactions with the focus on increase the percentage of the local component of the product.
Yeah, amen to that. And to continue with what you're saying, the word sustainability is a key word here. And since you mentioned this unit, which was established to monitor the situation and to answer all the demands of the SMEs, the small and medium projects, make sure that no bureaucratic procedures, the foundation of these projects right now is much easier than before, and above all to introduce financial and non-financial services. If you want to elaborate on that too.
Of course, these efforts by the Egyptian government under the vision of Prime Minister, the government commitment to industrialization by promoting local production, attracting foreign investment, and ensuring quality standards, Egypt aims to strengthen its economy. The efforts can lead to increased exports, also job creation and sustainable development. Supporting all these aspects is crucial for the economic growth and job creation. Some ways the Egyptian state take further steps in, like access to finance, simplify loan procedures, provide low interest credit, and establish dedicated funds to help SMEs secure sustainable projects and secure capital for expansion and innovation. Also, capacity building, offer training programs, workshops, and mentorships to enhance business skills, management, and entrepreneurship. Also, the state works hardly in market access, facilitate investors' entry into the domestic and international markets through trade agreements, export incentives, and make market linkage. And also, there is tax incentives to introduce tax breaks or exemptions for these kinds of investment to encourage investment and growth and sustainable.
Many incentives on the ground, yes, Dr. Reem. And if you permit me, I'd like to mention that the Prime Minister was keen to visit one of the purely Egyptian companies with history in producing appliances, and it's really having such a wonderful fame in the Egyptian market, and it's also exporting. And on the other hand, the Premier was keen to visit a South Korean giant company which found its way to Bani Suef, to Upper Egypt, to this industrial zone. This means that our infrastructure, that all the facilitations are introduced, whether to the Egyptian or to the foreign companies, to make sure that the industrial zones all over Egypt are ready to absorb all the investors in all domains, and all the industrial projects can really found all the facilitations, not only in the Suez Canal Economic Zone, for example, or here in Cairo, but in Upper Egypt too?
Indeed. Actually, industrialization plays a significant role in a nation's economic growth and development. Let's dive into the positive impacts, like, for example, hard currency income, industrialization, industry aspects boost exports, leading to foreign currency earnings from different currencies, which a country produces goods for export, it generates revenue in foreign currencies. These hard currencies inflows strengthen the country's foreign reserves, which are essential for sustainable trade and investment. Also, technological advancement in the industry drives innovation and technological progress. Companies invest in research and development, R&D, to improve production process, machinery, and production. Technological advancements spill over into other sectors and also contribute to the economic growth.
And the Prime Minister was accompanied by,
as you mentioned, industrialization, infrastructure improvement, roads, ports, electricity grid, and communication networks are upgraded to support factories and supply chain. These infrastructure enhancements benefits the entire population, not just the industrial sector. Each Egyptian citizen can really feel and observe the revolution in infrastructure development, whether in the roads, in the ports, in the electricity grid, and the all communication and road maps all over Egypt.
And since you mentioned technology, Dr. Reem, I wanted to take it from here and to mention also the keenness of the Prime Minister to visit the technological or the tech village in Bani Suef as a Renaissance village, the technological university and the Renaissance University are also located there, and he was accompanied by Minister of IT, of Communications, Dr. Amr Talat, where he spoke about also the training programs, the workshops offered by the ministry to make sure that all the youth are qualified cadres to run all these projects. How do you see this balance between education and technical training and the industrial projects which are taking place, which are running on the ground by Egyptian people?
Of course. These could enhance the competitiveness of the Egyptian factories in the global market. It involves strategic actions and continuous improvement. When we rely on the technology with using the third or fourth or fifth generation of technology, this increases the quality assurance, maintain high quality standards for the product, consistently deliver reliable defect-free goods to build trust with customers, and so increase the loyalty of the customer and also customer satisfaction. Also, when we use the technology efficiently, we make a cost cut or cost reduction, optimizing production process to reduce costs, streamline supply chain, minimize the waste, and negotiate with the favorable terms with the suppliers. All these could be done with using R&D and also technology. Also, we cannot really neglect the artificial intelligence techniques and the revolution of the artificial intelligence techniques. So all these factories and the businessmen, they need to use technology to increase the quality, make cost efficiency, and cut the cost. Also, can we use the technology in the market research, understand global demand and consumer preferences, tailor the product to meet the specific market needs. Also, we can use the technology and in export promotion, collaborate with the trade association and government agencies to explore export opportunities. Also, we can focus on the logistics and distribution efficiently transport goods to a global destination, partner with reliable logistics providers, branding and marketing, develop a strong brand identity, use digital marketing, social media, and e-commerce platform to reach a wider audience. Also, compliance and certifications. These could align with the international standards and certifications, compliance, insurance, access to the global market. So we have to produce high quality products to align with the international standards of safety, of quality, and also it could be affordable to compete with the different types of products from different markets.
Yes, indeed, Dr. Reem, you mentioned or you used very important elements or statements or your words, whether it comes to the global market, whether it comes to competitiveness, whether it's studying the markets abroad to make sure that we can invade all of these markets with our products. But here also I should mention the Prime Minister's keenness to speak about the Egyptian EU conference, which is going to take place on the 29th and 30th of June, inshallah, and it's going to be, quote the Premier, a golden opportunity for our businessmen to have many offers, to sign deals, and to know more about this partnership between us and the European Union, to make sure that we can benefit from this partnership and to attract more foreign direct investment to Egypt. If you want to also elaborate on that.
Exactly, of course. Actually, the Egyptian state's commitment to assessing investors align with fostering economic growth and encouraging local production. This comes with many agreements, requirements that Egyptian already signed, like, for example, agreement of minimum 75 of local product components. Egypt aims to boost economic and domestic industries, create jobs, and enhance self-reliance. This approach can lead to increased competitiveness, sustainable development, and a stronger industrial base. Actually, Egypt is actively involved in several regional trade agreements. Like, for example, Agadir Agreement. Egypt is a part to Agadir Agreement, which aims to enhance economic cooperation and trade among Mediterranean countries. Also, we have European Union Egypt Association Agreement, also known as the Partnership Agreement. This treaty established a free trade area between Egypt and the EU over 12 years. It examines Egyptian exports to the European market from tariffs, and gradually it will cover all the European market. Also, we know, of course, the GAFTA agreement, the Greater Arab Free Trade Agreement. Egypt joined this agreement since 1998. In all 18 Arab area countries, which they, during this agreement, agreed to eliminate customs duties and exchange freely between these countries. The required value added for to the original country is 40% of the ex-factory cost. Finally, Egypt assigned a significant agreement with Turkey of a free trade agreement. Egypt and Turkey has a free trade agreement that facilitates trade and economic collaboration. This agreement plays a crucial role in promoting economic growth, facilitating cross-border trade, and fostering partnership in the region.
Dr. Reem Essam, Professor of Economics at Cairo University, thank you very much for your input, ma'am, and have a very good day. Right after the short break, we are going to return back with more, so stay tuned.